Yeah, I mean, y'all dropping some bars. I mean, just me with the KCC formula, right? Al Thompson with the first taste is with your eyes. I didn't. That's a bar right there. It should be part of your branding strategy. I like that.
So,
Yeah,
Jay Tyler, before, because I think this is a perfect segue, right? So,
yeah,
'cause I want to get into this question. So, we talk about, and I said this earlier. So, we talk about knowing your brand,
hmm
and knowing who your people are, right? So, I want to just post this on the screen. So, this is a post on, I'm sorry, a tweet on Twitter today, from Robinhood, who started off, really getting in the business of, once again in 2016, let the people trade. So they were a platform to let, the everyday individuals get into the stock market. But today, when you see the next tweet, in light of the current market volatility, we are restricting transactions for certain
mm,
securities to position closing. Only including AMC GME. And so it's kind of, they went from, we are here for the people, and to give back, I guess let's just say to the little guy, to
right.
know we are now protecting, big interests, right? So when we talk about branding and knowing your brand, is it more, I guess, was it more important for them to, save their business or keep their brand, right?
Mm,
This is a tough one. A friend of mine and I had a conversation about this morning. Robinhood is going to have to really key in on their core values. What do they stand for? To your point, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They presented themselves as a company that is out there to help the common person, the everyday person, to
Right.
get ahead, to become wealthy, right? They're robbing from the rich to give to the poor, essentially. And now they're under some pressure, and they give the second message that you highlighted. And like I said, they're going to have to figure out where they stand. And I think that they may have to consider how they're going to go about PR at this point, because if they lose their the if they lose the message that they've been working to drive home as they've been building their brand over the past few years during this crisis, they stand to lose a lot of their customers who could simply just go to another platform, and who
Right.
will lose the respect ultimately of the company, because these people came there because of the initial messages that you presented to them, and what you communicated as your value proposition to them. So they're going to have to stand on those core values. And I think that knowing your core values is essential in order for you to really build a strong brand.
Mm.
Absolutely, I do agree with you, Titus. Branding is about value alignment. So when you structure your business around certain values, you then communicate the values, and people who like the values align with you. So one thing that businesses need to understand is, as much as your brand can evolve, your values have to be kind of consistent, because if you are switching values every now and then, people don't trust you, and business is built on trust. So I would say for them, like you said, they have to really go back to the drawing board to understand, to ensure they're not shooting themselves in the foot, because this pandemic is a period, we might be over it sooner than we thought, and you would have to revisit all the communications and the messages that you put out. So for me, I would say, understand your essence as a brand, evolve it if you have to. I'm not about people being stuck. I evolved my brand. When I first started, I was doing residential projects. Now I'm doing executive. I'm working with business executives, and I'm coaching coaches, and I'm working with consultants and lawyers and great professionals. I've evolved my brand, but the values have been the same: the people, their productivity, their effectiveness. So I would say they should rethink the move they're making now. If they're willing to lose their essence in order to stay profitable, then they should. It's their call, really. But yeah.
So and this is kind of related, but I'm not sure, but I want to make a good point. And so the other day, and this goes down to, in anybody's business, if you have a client that is begging to for a discount or for a lower rate because of something, whatever their financial issues are, or whatever they're going through, I always tell clients this: I do not want to change my brand or the way that I do business or the service or the value that you're going to get just to fit your budget. And when I say those things to people, they get a better understanding of what my brand is. And what I'm telling them in essence is that I'm not willing to change how I do business just to save you a couple dollars. And Robinhood today, they showed everybody, they showed the world that in order to save money, they are willing to change their brand. So I'm not telling you guys whether you should switch over to a different platform or anything like that. I'm not telling anybody that. But what I'm saying is they showed their hand today. I'm an avid trader. I trade every day. I think they showed their hand today. They showed exactly what they are about. And it's making everybody realize and most traders feel a little more skeptical about what we already knew. We knew Wall Street runs the game, but today was a very big blow to say, hey, listen, this is what we do, and we're not going to allow the little guy, the me and you, the what do they call us? They call us retail traders. They're not going to let retail traders win. And today was just it was a smack in the face, in my opinion. And I think that in any business, you have to stay true to your values in order to keep, to stay in business. You might be more profitable, going on either side of the fence, but in order to keep your brand profitable and keep your brand alive for the long haul, you have to remain true to your value. So,
yeah, I'll agree with everyone else as far as like your brand is more important. But I guess like Robinhood, if they don't have a business, they can't have a brand. And I think that was their idea, right? So without the business, there's no brand. But if your brand is saying that, like you said, like Titus said, robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, then that's not what you're doing. So
today was interesting, man.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think Duncan, in our group we saw it coming. I think in our investment group we saw it coming. But it is what it is.